Okay, everybody. I just wanted to go over the 10 features that I am really proud of and the most useful things that I felt that I have learned for this semester. And so I want to start off. My most, I think the most valuable stuff that I learned, a lot of it had to do with Power Query and how to use Power Query. So I'm opening it up. Actually, I want to make sure you're seeing that. So I'm going to stop sharing. Then reshare my screen. There we go. So yeah, I think one of my favorite things was probably being able to connect to websites. I found that extremely useful, and I really loved. See, like this one, I'm connecting to Wikipedia. I loved being able to use that um, in the various different tables I had, and so I was able to. So like for this one, I connected to. This is just through SharePoint, but I find it really interesting that you could connect through websites, and I've even started using that for various personal projects just to show and gather data. Another one, sorry, I got my list right here of all the things that I learned. Yeah, so I would say that the other one was making the stagnant data. So turning off refresh just by right clicking right here and clicking enable load. Yeah, so writing mQuery language, I found that extremely fun, and I used it in Power Automate like last week. Um, I loved how to get these URLs from Power Query, or sorry, link tables together in Power Query. So that's like essentially merging. So where's my team fact? As you can see, I did a lot of merges right here. Um, and I found them extremely useful to be able to combine everything and just have it in one table instead of having these six different tables right here. So those are the things in Power Query that I loved that I thought were useful. Um, yeah, let's go back over here. One of the things that I really loved was the custom tooltip. I found that very insightful. I think it's really cool that you can use a custom tooltip and it can look really nice and present data that you need it to present. I also really love the bookmark feature. So let's drill through to the Chiefs. Being able to use this bookmark right here to switch the data around to be able to see different things. I thought that was very insightful. Um, oh yeah, how could I forget? The AI visuals, those were so much fun to mess around with. Um, because I didn't want to know what necessarily increased win percentage. I wanted to know what decreased my wins per season. And so because of the AI thing, it allows you to pick if you want to see increases or decreases. So I decided to go with decreases. And these are things that, they're not really a big deal. Um, but yeah, like the fact that it can read all this and be able to determine everything for me, I thought it was incredible. Um, something really fascinating. And let's see what else I have on my long list. Bookmarks, got the drill through option. I already talked about link tables together. So all this is done. Ah, yeah. So this is the last one. So the multiple linear regression and then the linear regression. So I really love this scorecard, specifically right here, or a cue card. I forget what it's called. Yeah, just the card. And being able to play around with this slider and have it adjust. So if my team is allowing 28 points per game, I would assume that they would win around 5.5 games, so like 6 to 5 games. I just found it so much fun to play around with these, and see the different influences that everything has, and how drastic, just like, so let's go from 340 yards allowed per game to 300, and just to see the drastic, yeah, that's like a full 2 wins. That's the difference between making the playoffs and not making the playoffs. So being able to measure this data, I think, is really unique and interesting, um, to be able to see it through that perspective. But yeah, I have this entire semester, I have loved using Power Query, um, specifically Power Query, because I love being able to go through data, to clean up data. I think it's like so much fun. I also love the ability to um, manipulate and see things through different lights that you couldn't normally see. I love how everything can be organized, and um, I just love Power BI. I think it is so unique and so cool. And I've been using it at my job for a while now, ever since this class, to try to, kind of get a hang of it. But let's see if I'm missing anything. Um, oh, my 5 favorite dashboard features. Let me go over that with you. I think one of my favorite features is actually this little chart right here. I think it is so much fun to press play and see the different teams. So like this one's, yeah, this is the Chiefs, and it's measuring essentially yards per game, average yards per game, by average yards allowed per game. So, and then the size of it is going to be the wins. So if we see these three teams have the most yards per game, they have a pretty big bubble. It's because they have the most yards per game, right? We see that this team that allowed the most yards per game has a very small bubble, only 4 wins, right? This one has the lowest amount of yards per game, and they have the least amount of wins. It is so interesting to be able to play it on a time spectrum and see how everything shifts. Like, this is insane up here. That is crazy. The fact that these guys are small, that just makes sense. 1 win, 2 wins. I'd say that's probably my favorite chart. I kind of wish I integrated it into my team detail. Um, Another one of my favorite things that I made are just the parameters, being able to flip through everything. I think it's so much fun. I'm actually going to change this back so we can see the influence on it. It is so much fun to flip through everything and see the different data based on wins. Um, but yeah, the other thing I liked is having the team logo in there. I think it's fun, and also the map. I love having the map there. I tried to do city, but it didn't work for everything, so I just did by states, which is fine. Um, Also, let me go back. I also really loved the conditional formatting and the different ways that you can have it. So this is essentially it's conditional formatting based on it'll fill up based on how much their total contract value is for their players. And I think it's quite fascinating to see, like, how it went up, and how in 2019 it was at its lowest point, and they didn't win a ton of games, but as it's been over 180, they've won 14 plus games. But it's kind of interesting. Okay, why did we lose more games this year when we have the most contract outstanding? And so I think that, honestly, I'm really proud of this team detail. And I'm also really proud of these other charts that I have. I really love this one. I can't wait to incorporate that one. But yeah, so these are the five, I mean, I've learned so much, and um I really love how everything is formatted. I love messing around with everything, and kind of seeing everything in different lights. But yeah, so this is my final week 14 application. But if I had to give any advice to anyone taking this next semester is put everything you have into this project because it'll be a lot of fun. I never really thought of it as homework. I thought of it as um, just trying to figure things out and make things look good. And I've always been interested in the NFL, and so it's been great to learn more about the specific teams and how they get impacted, what impacts they're winning. So take it seriously, take the actual time to go through on your own and figure things out because it's a lot of fun. Yeah, so that's everything that I have. Thank you for everything that you've taught me this semester. Appreciate it. Thanks.